Live on YouTube.
And you'll be live on Facebook shortly thereafter.
There we go. Live on YouTube.
And you'll be live on Facebook shortly thereafter.
There we go. Oh, yeah, that'd be annoying.
That would be annoying. Hey, everybody. We're a few minutes early on YouTube. Facebook will catch up shortly.
I think there's 4.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Wow, we've reached the masses. 4. Amazing. Well, we did just start. So you're going to be on YouTube. I'm going to get on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will be keeping track of everybody. We'll be live on Facebook in 40 seconds. I don't have a cool little stand. That's all right. It's all good.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
It's perfect. It's all good.
Are you gonna play something?
I think so. I mean, we didn't really plan on doing music, but I figured if we didn't do music, someone would slap me.
If anyone's wondering, this is not gonna go 2 hours long. I'm not bitter about that or anything.
Well, you're just assuming that people are on that know what you're talking about.
That's true.
Yeah. And they may
Ryan
not-
went 2 hours one Wednesday night
That's true.
singing and playing. I loved listening to him, but I wanted him home.
But hey, we're live on Facebook too.
I see the chat on here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go the other direction on it.
Other direction?
Yeah, portrait mode.
Oh, I thought I could see it.
Hey, Facebook, what's up? Tom Kellum, I know that name.
I think
Tom Kellum,
we lost people
huh?
on YouTube.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, now we're
We've
down
gone,
to 1.
Gone down the 1.
To me.
That's all right.
Oh, Cindy!
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Grandma. Kathy.
Hi, Grandma!
We probably lost people on YouTube because they just wanted to go to Facebook instead.
That's true.
But you're not going to see any comments that way. I think. Or will they come up over here?
I think they will,
All right.
actually.
Someone on YouTube, give us a comment so that we can see if it actually shows up or not. Howdy, y'all. Hey, Tom. Not Tom Kellum. The other Tom. How are you guys doing tonight? We are Ryan and Suzanne, and we haven't hardly been able to do anything together in ministry for a long time.
No.
And so, especially during this time, because Suzanne's home with the kids or I'm home with the kids, and usually
Yes.
that means I'm here doing stuff,
Yep.
just me. So welcome to the party, Suzanne.
Woo!
This is great.
I don't like live stuff. I'm a little nervous.
No, you're not. You're good.
So
She's a natural. Don't let her fool you.
he's the live guy.
No. You're awesome.
And
You're
it's
great.
weird because no one else is here.
That's true.
So, okay.
Well, now you can experience how weird it really is.
It's definitely weird.
And so if you've never done anything like this, it's totally super strange. But we're getting better at it every week. So hey, Barb. Good to see you on here again. We're going to do a question and answer tonight. So think about those questions you'd like for us to answer. And just to get things started, welcome. Welcome to Pendleton Church of God. Now, most people that we're connecting with here tend to be people that we know, but we're a small congregation of around 50 to 60 people in the building 3-4 months ago. Not now, obviously. And so what you may have noticed is that over the last couple of months, we have been online and we've been reaching out to a whole lot more people. So we've been having like 300 people watching our services each week, and that's multiple services, and if we added all the different multiple services together, that'd be a whole lot more. And so we're just so thankful that you guys are watching, and this is an opportunity for you to get to know us better. So if you've been watching us online and you haven't met us yet, and you might consider saying that we might be one of your church homes online, because you can have a whole bunch of them. I've got a whole bunch of church homes online. But if you want to consider us maybe your pastors, whether that's from a distance or when we get back together again, come visit, we'd love that, then you may kind of be curious about who we are and what we're about. So I'm Ryan Kellum. This is my wife, Suzanne Kellum. We've got 3 kids,
Hello.
and they're at home with a friend of ours watching, so it's in good hands right now.
Yes. they're in
And
good
so it's
hands.
been nice being able to do that. We haven't been able to do that too much, so. All right, well, I think I've given everybody enough time to get on here, so great to be here, Barb, awesome. But we're gonna go back in time and talk about where we've come from and what we're all about. So start thinking about those questions, okay? So right off the bat, I wanna talk about where our faith journeys began, real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's good.
Suzanne,
Oh, me?
where did you grow in your faith? Like, what denomination were you in? What did it look like for you to go to church growing up?
Yeah, so I started at a small little church, Asbury United Methodist Church.
UMC.
UMC. And Asbury, I don't even think it's a town. It's right off State Road 3, and it's just a church. There's a cemetery. A lot of my relatives, when they've passed on, go to be laid in the cemetery.
Nothing makes you feel more right at home than being surrounded by dead people.
That's right, it's dead family members. And so started there a long time ago, and then went to McNatt United Methodist Church,
UMC.
UMC, and it was probably 30, 40 people, and my grandma went there, and just a lot of close relatives. A lot of wonderful people still go there, so if you're watching and you attend McNatt, whoop whoop. I grew up there, and then my dad felt a call into ministry, and so he was called to be a pastor at Uniondale,
United
UMC.
Methodist. UMC. Yeah. Messed you up.
You didn't keep the consistency.
I didn't.
So my dad was pastor there for 13 years,
Wow.
12 or 13 years.
Is that long?
And it's up close to Norwell High School. And so we're there. And during that time, I graduated high school, went to Anderson University, and really came up here a lot because there was someone very close to me. It's weird when you're playing music behind me.
Makes it really
No,
emotional.
it's just weird. I came home a lot because Ryan was still in school.
That's me.
That's you. And
You're older than me.
I am older.
Like way
and
older.
wiser.
And way wiser.
Wiser.
And way cooler.
Way cooler. I have helped you become the cool person you are today.
Well, cool is a strong word. Eric and Tierley are watching.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Great. Hi, Eric and Tierley.
So you grew up
Yeah.
in the Methodist church,
Methodist Church.
like a lot of that. Yeah.
That's where my foundation
So some
was
of
built.
some of the musical selections that you might have chosen were.
Oh, victory in Jesus.
Oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He sought me and He bought me with His redeeming blood. He loved me ere I knew Him, and all my love is due Him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood.
Yes. So a great memory I have, and I would always stand next to my mom during service, and my mom sings beautifully,
Yes.
by the way, and I hope one day I can be half the singer she is. She's incredible. But I would just listen to her, and she sang harmony all the time, and so that's where I learned kind of how to hear harmony, and it was just, I'll never forget those moments.
Yeah.
Growing up in that small country church. We also did There's a Church in the Wildwood.
I can't play that one. I don't know it. Sing it.
There's a church in the valley by the wildwood.
You gotta do it in my key, though.
There's a church in the vale. I don't know. Come. Whatever. Okay. It was a really good song. My grandma played it. It's great.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So you kind of grew up in a fairly traditional.
Very traditional. Bulletins. We were very,
Yeah.
structured.
Yeah.
Very,
For sure.
Not that that's bad, but that's just how
Oh, no,
I
it's
grew-
wonderful.
Yeah.
It's something that I didn't have a whole lot of.
Right.
And so I grew
the
up.
opposite.
I grew up, well, I wouldn't say
the
the opposite.
opposite.
The opposite would be like worshiping Satan.
Okay, we're not doing
So
that.
we didn't do that, and we don't plan on that anytime soon.
No.
But the church that I grew up in was Lighthouse Assembly of God. And so it's an Assembly of God, AG, right? Okay, so, and so we've got a United Methodist girl and an Assemblies of God boy that get together. And those are the worlds that we knew. And so I grew up in an Assemblies of God church, and, it was a different experience than what Suzanne experienced. But it was my normal, just like hers was her normal. So I grew up, and music was a big part of ours as well. We got a little bit rowdy during our services, and there was different experiences that she wasn't used to. So it was normal to me. We finally were able to get to each other's churches, and she came to my church one time, and I didn't know that it was and not a normal thing for everybody. And so she was a little bit taken aback by the charisma of it all. And so it was awesome, because then I was taken aback by the structure of her services. And so what's really cool about our backgrounds is that we've been able to come together and learn from each other. And it's beautiful, because then Suzanne and I led worship together at a Nazarene church in Warren, Indiana, Hillcrest Church of the Nazarene.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Another
Shout
denomination.
out.
Shout out. And so then I learned how to play hymns at the Methodist church
Whoop, whoop.
where her dad was pastoring.
I plan on doing that a lot.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
And okay. And here we
Oh,
go. And so then we. Thanks for the question, Eric.
Eric, we'll get to you.
We'll get to it. Yeah,
that
get those
question.
questions in there. So then the cool thing about it is, and then we finally got to Anderson University, where it's a Church of God denomination, or movement, I should say. And so we got here to the Church of God, and we didn't really know what that was all about. We did find out that it was Gaither country, though. Sandy Patty, Gaithers, all that
Yes.
stuff. So our families didn't realize it, but they enjoyed the Church of God before they knew what Church of God was. And so we got together with Church of God stuff, and then we realized, hey, the Church of God is kind of like a great combination of all these things. And then we got to this church because of Todd Faulkner and Trey Oldham.
Whoop,
We got here, and there's a quota to how many whoop whoops you can do during a live.
I want to annoy people.
Perfect.
With the whoop whoops.
Awesome. And so we got to this place, and this church for us, Pendleton Church of God, became a place for us to begin to grow toward what it looks like to be a well-rounded believer. And so we both take our experiences and our backgrounds into our leadership here at the church, and we actually have been through, we called ourselves Pentanazza Methodists of God for a while.
Wait, say that again, because it's really, say it slower.
Pentanazza Methodists of God. Pentanazza Methodists of God.
Pentanazza Methodists of God.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're Jesus people.
That's right. That's what it is.
And so it's really cool because it breaks down the walls of separation and the opportunity for us to, thanks Eric, another whoop, to actually be the body and not have to worry about different denominational lines, and we can cross those borders and just follow Jesus. So that's kind of our background.
Well, and it's just a good reminder that just because someone else does something a little differently, that doesn't make it wrong.
Oh,
and
no,
it doesn't make it bad. It's all of us being so different that makes it so beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And how we can, I just think it's a beautiful thing to see the differences and to appreciate them as well.
And this is a cool church because we actually have people represented. In fact, if you're on the chat right now, let us know what your background is. Let us know what your denominational background is, your church background. Because at one point in time we had over, I think Trey said 20 different denominational representations in our little church. And so, everything from Assemblies of God to Catholic to United Methodist to Disciples of Christ. And so throw that in the chat. Let everybody know where you're coming from.
Seventh day.
I don't know, but there was a lot of background. And so this is a cool place where we can actually begin to discuss what all that means, and we don't have to feel like we are stuck with some specific dogma or doctrine. But it's really about the freedom that we find in Christ and the Scripture, and we can just get right to the point. So I love that. Cindy McDaniel's right there with the Catholic. That's her background, and she's here. Very cool. And so, throw those in there, where you're coming from. Presbyterian. All these different backgrounds coming together, and it's all about Jesus. But one of the songs, so I made you sing a song real quick about your background.
Oh, yes. Are you going to do one?
Here's a song that I remember growing up in ours. You ready? Well, I went to the enemy's camp, and I took back what he stole from me. Ba 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 bum. Took back what he stole from me. Ba ba bum. I took back what he stole from me. Well, I went to the enemy's camp. Does anybody know this song? And I took back what he stole from me. Then you go, he's under my feet. 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 Satan is under my feet. And that's the point. When you sing under your feet, that's when you do the dance. That's
Are
when
you
you
gonna,
run
are you
around.
going to do it?
I'm not.
Okay.
But that's when he's under my feet and you just stomp the living daylights out of Satan. That's right, Dad and Mom. But that's my assembly. There you go.
Oh, Donna.
There you go. Donna Uckerber's on here. Anyway, so that's kind of our background. And now we're here leading this Church of God church, and you guys have welcomed us with open arms.
Yeah.
And we love being here.
It's so interesting that you grew up in such an expressive, would you say expressive, charismatic
Yes.
tradition?
Yes.
Yet you're very internal.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't show much emotion.
That's true.
Talk about that a little bit.
All right, this is not a counseling session.
Oh,
Counselor.
okay.
Suzanne has some counseling degree, some counseling classes under her belt, so
We'll talk about that later. How about that?
she likes to do that to me. Hey, send your question in to us. We want you to.
Well, Eric
ask us
has
some
a
questions.
question.
All right,
Should we
our first
address
question
that one?
is from Eric.
Oh,
We've got, okay, yeah, good.
Yes.
We've got some people that have answered our denominational question. We've got Catholic, Presbyterian, and Assemblies of God, Wesley Costal, Dad says, so Wesleyan and Pentecostal. Then we've got over here from the Dwiggins household, we've got a heathen and an atheist, and so those are their backgrounds here. I don't think, heathen's Eric's term for it, not Tierley's.
come a long way.
But they've come a long way to where
looks
we are
like
now.
it.
But yeah, it's just amazing. It's amazing that all these
Yeah.
all these different avenues lead us directly to this place where
Yeah.
we're a Nazicostal, Mom says, where we're focused on Jesus and we're not focused on being better than another denomination or having all of the right answers. I mean, who has all the right answers anyway?
Yeah.
And so that's
a lot
why
of
this
pressure.
church is so wonderful for us, because we're allowed to ask questions and seek out answers and be, I don't know, there's just a lot of freedom here. So we'd love for you to come join us and be a part of the dialogue that we often have here in the church, because we don't always agree on every little detail.
I was just getting ready to say that. You know, as much as we are alike, we're very different.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, again, it's really cool. You know, I think hopefully we can continue to learn how to, Eric swoops, continue to learn how to talk to each other and just to be able to disagree on some of that stuff.
Some of my favorite moments, not everybody's favorite moments are when we disagree, but
Right.
I just have really enjoyed seeing how disagreements they turn into brotherhood, sisterhood, where the people that are disagreeing one moment then hug each other. This was before we got in trouble for hugging people. But, they would hug each other afterwards and then just love you, brother, love you, sister, see you next week for Bible study. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So we've got the first question in here.
Yeah. The first question comes from Eric DeWiggins. I keep pushing that down, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, just leave it like that. It's cool.
My question is about food preparation. If, for example, I wanted to make a 5-pound meatloaf, how can I best get the center done while preventing the outer layer from catching fire?
No, that's a really good question, Eric.
That's a great question.
And Eric's been really, really free with his commenting here. You've been unlocking that potential that you have in commenting. And so it feels really natural. But a little background of this story. Was it 5 pounds? I think it was
I
actually
think
10.
actually it was 10 pounds.
I believe Suzanne and I at one point in time, we were renting an apartment in
It's our first
Anderson.
apartment. It was so cute.
How many square feet you suppose it was?
I think it was like 900, 8 or 900.
Maybe less than that, but it's pretty
There was a
small.
living room, a bedroom, a bathroom, and a kitchen.
Yes.
And they were very tiny.
There was a small house that was split in half to become 2 houses.
Yep.
And we were living there on Chestnut Street.
Yep.
911 Chestnut Street. And
911.
very close to the campus. We were married. And the thing about a small kitchen is it came with a small stove.
I
And-
mean, small.
It was pretty small. Not tiny, tiny, but pretty small. And
Which I didn't know they made stoves different sizes.
we were young. I mean, we're still young, but we were
No,
younger.
we're getting old.
We are. And so we get there and we think we're cool because we can cook in our own kitchen. And
Yes.
we're going to cook a real hearty, home-cooked meal. And we get some beef and we're going to do meatloaf.
And I'm pretty sure, we get a lot of flack for this.
We do. I don't know why this keeps coming up.
But we both called our mothers.
Did we?
Yes, I remember from the store. And I'm pretty sure, yes, I remember calling.
I feel like they would have turned us away
No,
from this.
I'm just saying, I am 99% sure we called them both to say, hey, we're going to make a 10-pound meatloaf. So, how many crackers should that be?
10 pounds.
And I'm pretty sure
10 pounds of beef. is a
Stacy
lot.
and Mindy, neither one of you said, I don't know if that's a great idea.
Right. So
I just want to put that out there.
So we did this, and it was one of our first main home-cooked meals in this house. And so we put together this 10-pound meatloaf, and it's not just 10 pounds of meat, obviously. So we
Obviously.
add an entire box of Ritz crackers, a dozen eggs. I don't
At
remember.
least 18,
I don't
18
remember,
eggs.
but it was so much stuff. It was ridiculous. And so by the time we got the 10 pounds of,
Mom,
careful. By the time we got all 10 pounds of meat and all the extra stuff, I mean, we had ourselves a giant ball of meat.
And I remember.
And we had to pack it in kind of this.
Well, I remember it was hard for you to carry the bowl. like it was pretty heavy.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, so we get it in the stove, and do you remember that the stove actually didn't close all the way?
Correct.
Do you remember that? So it was
Yes,
kind of
the-
open a little bit.
The pan that we used for the meatloaf was
Yeah.
too big for the stove.
And so we cooked this thing, and I think we cooked it and we started cooking it around 7 p.m.
Because we're like, we're just gonna cook it and eat a later dinner.
Yeah, we
Like,
ate dinner. We ate dinner at midnight that night.
Yeah.
And the center of the meatloaf still wasn't done. We actually had to take pieces of the outside of the meatloaf off for dinner and then put it back in the oven for further cooking and safety.
This was
And so
great.
our congregation here have.
Who said that? Did you tell somebody?
I
Who told?
I told the story.
So really,
It's my fault.
I think it comes back to you.
And so we told the story, and they haven't let us down yet. And so that comes up quite often. And that was years ago.
Years.
So thank you, Eric, for the question.
Years ago, we've grown since, and now we only make 7-pound meatloafs.
We keep it to a pound or two now.
You see your mom's comment?
They're
Who
innocent.
makes a 10-pound meatloaf?
Maybe two.
Maybe two.
Our moms say that they're innocent and that they have nothing to do with this.
Well-
Our next question
Next question.
is, what are our favorite songs? I don't know. You want to answer that?
I'll start. So growing up,
This is from Grandma Kathy.
if you, are younger than us, which is probably a good crowd, we just had the radio back in the day.
Speak for yourself. I mean, you're a lot older than me.
Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. We'll talk about that later too.
Of course.
Anyway, so we had the radio, and I always tell Hannah, my 8-year-old, you need to be thankful for Spotify, who can play your instant songs quickly and without wading through the ads. And
That's true.
Anyway, so what we played though, my parents played.
Favorite songs.
Well, I'm getting there. I'm
Just reminding everybody else the question that
I'm
we're answering.
building up the story to make it better. We listen, and if you remember this, I want you to say that you remember this in the chat. Delilah's love songs. Does anybody remember Delilah's love songs? Delilah, love someone tonight.
That sounds really heathen-like.
Yeah. Anybody? Anybody remember that?
Well, there is a
Okay.
delay. There's a delay. I'll let you know.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, so I loved Delilah. And what Delilah played was like 80s love songs. Those still today are my favorite songs. Richard Marx, wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Okay. And just some great stuff. So I know.
So 80s love songs is your
80s
answer?
love songs, Grandma, all the way. I mean, I can't even think. Like Little Chicago.
Oh,
They may
nice.
not be. I mean, but I'm just saying from what I remember, Chicago.
So when that music comes on,
Oh.
you're like, whoa.
Oh, it just takes me back. And then I would listen to it. When I started dating you, we would get more CDs. We would play CDs. But I still would listen to love songs and think of Ryan. So, what are your favorite songs?
Well, it just depends on my mood and what I'm going through. So I would say church music was such a big deal to me growing up and a big part of my faith. I would say that anytime I get some sort of really hot, like real hard-hitting gospel song. So I know that's kind of weird because you don't see me doing a lot of gospel music. It's hard to pull
They
off.
don't, but I do.
You do. And so any gospel song that just like, I don't know, it just hits hard and it really gets my blood pumping. I love it.
Give an example. Like Kirk Franklin?
Kirk Franklin, Tamala Mann.
Ooh, Tasha Cobbs?
Sure, yep.
Okay.
I like all of that stuff. But it just depends on my mood. If I want to go jamming down the road, I turn on some gospel, like real new modern gospel music. But then I also like some of the old Assemblies of God songs that I grew up with. And so that's probably my favorite. And then obviously the modern worship music is what I turn to if I'm more inward.
Yeah.
My favorite is the modern worship music. So I do enjoy
I do
Elevation
like that.
Worship
I do
and
like
Bethel,
that.
and
Yep. Those are good too.
I enjoy those.
But I always think of the 80s stuff because that's not usually a common
Oh
thing.
yeah.
So Big Hair and Delilah.
Sure.
I love Hairspray. So I love Big Hair. I wish that would come back, and I think it is. I think it will.
Here's
and
my song.
Delilah.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's "Change Me, O God" by Tamala Mann. Right now, I haven't heard that in a while, but it just came to my mind. Change me, O God, make me more like you, and it's just really powerful for me. So
What I've noticed too with a lot of those songs that you listen to is that they don't really make sense.
what do you mean?
Sorry, that may sound bad. No, the words are great, but the
Ouch.
musical, I know if you're
Oh, okay,
like a
jazz chords.
and they'll do these weird
Yes.
chords, and I'm just just pick a chord.
I'm with you. Not lyrically doesn't make sense.
No,
Okay.
right, no. Lyrically, they're beautiful, but it's just, you love that
Well,
stuff.
Ryan, I appreciate your music style, but it makes no sense at all, and you're an idiot.
That's not what I said. Yeah, okay.
Let's see. What else we got?
right.
These are questions and answers, so you're trying to
Okay.
get to know us better, and we're not
I
sure
know, I
what's
probably
gonna
just
happen here.
offended all the super incredible musicians out there, and I'm sorry.
If the chord doesn't make sense, then I probably really like it.
Right. If you want to just know why it doesn't make sense to Suzanne, just listen to Richard Marx.
And then that's straight laced. 145.
There you go. No,
So
but
what else we got
I know
here?
you like it. You appreciate it. All right.
do.
More questions.
So are our parents musical? It was one of the questions.
Oh.
And yes, all of our parents.
our
Our
parents.
parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. I can't go back that far.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I just
But-
want to say this doesn't happen very, very often, but our parents, the four of them, sang at our wedding.
all four
The four
parents.
of them, and I just.
Tom and Stacy are my mom and dad.
Yep, and Troy and Mindy, and it was beautiful. We're actually getting close to our anniversary,
We are.
and
Go ahead. This is
wait, I
distracting
just saw Eric's funny comment.
us.
Unbelievable, Eric. He's really distracting tonight. I'm going to call him when this is over. But they sang a song. What was it called, Mom? What was it called?
The song that they sang?
Come on, help me out. I forget.
Harmony, of course.
In Harmony, of course. Come on, Mom. Help me out.
We're under a lot of pressure here, being live and all.
I know. Let go of two that they might become one.
There it is. Just like the
Parents' prayer,
Father,
I think.
Spirit, and Son.
Anyway, it was a really beautiful moment.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch our full wedding video again soon.
wait.
This month. And Ryan loves it. I love it. I would watch it like
On repeat?
a couple times a month. But
Parents' Prayer.
Parents' Prayer. Thanks, Tom. Oh, there you go.
Yes, they're coming
Everyone
through
respond. Okay.
clutch.
But yeah, 10 years. Can you believe that?
I do.
10 years.
We've had a lot of life in 10 years. And then
10.
It's, how long have we been together though? Because we started dating when I was 14 years old.
In November 24th, 2004.
2004, so we've been together since 2004.
16 years.
So we've been together for 16 years.
Yeah.
And that's a long time for a
Very long
30-year-old.
time.
Amazing. I want to comment on
Yes.
a couple of stuff in here. So
Ooh.
Gene Lehman comes running to our defense
Thank you, Jean.
because Gene came to a Christmas party that we had one time at our house in Anderson, and I found
That's right.
a pork loin recipe
Yes.
that
Those were really
that
good.
used like cranberry sauce and cinnamon, and there's a bunch of weird stuff. The stuff tasted terrible on its own, but when it was cooked on that pork roast, and then it was like, oh, it was so good. It really was amazing.
It was really
So-
good. Did
so
you see what she said,
Thank
though?
you, Gene Lehman. I wish that Buttercup would remember the recipe. And so Gene and Jeanette call me Buttercup. I don't remember the situation, but
I
it
love
was
it.
basically suck it up, Buttercup, and now I'm Buttercup. Apparently,
It's really great advice.
It is.
I mean, it's really good.
I didn't remember. I hadn't heard that before, and they nailed me with it. So, suck it
Yeah.
up, Buttercup.
You know
So
what
I'm
they
Buttercup
say?
now.
What they say when someone calls you a name, that means they really love you.
That's true. That's true. So Gene and
gonna really
Jeanette,
market that. I'm
Gene
gonna
and
put that out there.
Jeanette really love us. Eric really loves us, and Curtis Johnson,
Yes, and Curtis Johnson.
because they really have
They
lots
really call us names
of
a lot.
comments for us.
Okay. Do you see there was another
Yeah, Dream Vacation.
dream vacation? So this is kind of a sad story. We were
The answer to this question is yes.
yes. We do dream of vacation.
Yes.
Is that the question? Like when we dream?
No.
we
What's the dream
of a
vacation?
No.
What's the dream vacation?
No.
Jane Thompson wants to know.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you the story. So, for our 10-year anniversary, sorry, I keep hitting you. We were actually planning to go somewhere. We've not really went anywhere, and not that we're sad about that. But we don't need that. Like.
We've been busy.
This is so busy kids, right? And money.
It was college.
College,
And then we
student debt,
added kids before college was over, and then we just kept adding children.
Yeah, and then we bought a house,
House.
which was a really great
Pastor.
financial
So we
decision.
just got really
anyway,
really busy.
yeah. So, but we were going to do something, and I was really excited. Ryan, I wouldn't say a beach would be his first, what he said was being with me would be the best vacation ever.
That's all I need.
Whatever. Anyway, so we were thinking we were working with someone, a travel person. I'm like, here's our money. This is all we got. And she was looking up
$16.27.
$16. We were going to go
Let
to
us
the
know where we can go.
Speedway down the road.
No, seriously though. What was the?
No, we were looking at Rome and Ireland, which that would be my dream vacation. Would be
Going
to
to
go to
Ireland.
Ireland. I don't know.
think it'd be
I've
beautiful.
always wanted to go.
Yeah.
So I don't know what yours would be, but
I don't
that's
know.
mine.
The ones we came up with were definitely on my
Like
list.
Jamaica. We talked about Jamaica. And
Jamaica
those
wouldn't
things,
be on
but
my top list,
I know.
but I think Rome would be super cool because of all of the biblical history. I think
Mm-hmm.
Jerusalem and all that kind of stuff would be cool. But also, I would love to do a road trip around the country.
Yes,
We talked about
yes.
that a lot.
Like we've never been to California.
So I would say my dream vacation would be doing a massive road trip, like just the two of us,
Yeah.
where we would hit
All the convenience stores. We love convenience stores.
we would drink so much soda.
so much pop in
It'd be ridiculous.
styrofoam cups. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
So no, but I think my dream vacation would be a giant road trip, seeing a whole bunch of stuff, history,
That would actually be
landmarks,
cool.
the Grand Canyon in California, and just coasts and stuff.
Anyway, basically what
Good
we're
question.
doing, yeah, it's a great question. What we're doing though now, we're just going to be at the house and we're going to work on projects.
Right.
Which is
now.
good.
We're-
That's good. We
yes.
like being together.
We do.
You're my friend.
I can be your friend. Hey, we need a couple more questions on
Come
here.
on. Give us some questions.
I see that Julie Ship is on, and Lori Radcliffe. Yeah, you were there at that party. That was fun.
That was fun.
And she does a check there. She says, yes, it was yummy. Julie says we need to watch the video, our wedding video.
Yeah. Oh, we're watching it. It's going to happen.
Yes. What else? Any other questions you want to know about? Jumping in here?
900 square feet is how much in pounds?
Right. So basically, just if you jumped on here late, what we're doing is we've just been super grateful for all of our online guests, and a whole bunch of you are jumping on here at different times to watch on Sunday mornings, and we've had record attendance with no one in the building. So we wanted to introduce ourselves to the online crew that we've got and to invite you back to our service each week, and then hopefully you'll be able to come visit in person here soon. But then just to meet us a little bit, to get to know us a little bit better. And I want to start throwing this out there. I really feel like the Lord placed it on my heart to start preparing for baptisms, and like this new believer class type stuff, and going through classes through, talking about baptisms and going through that too. Just because this time has gotten a lot of us thinking more seriously about our faith, just because just the things that are in front of us, the things that we're struggling with. And so I want to start thinking about what it might look like for you to recommit your faith, your life to Jesus, maybe to get baptized if you've never been baptized. Maybe it's a recommitment and a rebaptism from years and years ago. Anyway, I really feel like it's important for us to start thinking about that. So that's coming down the pipeline. But we got a couple more things coming in.
Oh.
Aunt Shelley says hi.
Jane, Jane had another question.
Jane had a question.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite book of the Bible
Favorite story.
and favorite story.
You go first. I went first the last time.
Okay. Favorite book of the Bible? Again, this kind of depends on my mood and what I need at the time, I guess. If I need the Bible to pick me up, shake me, and put me back in my place again, then I read the book of James. Because it really does it's kind of a no-nonsense book of the Bible. And James just is like, you know what? It's one thing it's probably one of my favorite verses is, it's not just to know the word or hear it, but to actually do it. Don't just know it, but do it. And James is all about like get your butt in gear, shake you loose, And whenever I need that, that's where I go to. So I'd say James. But story-wise, I don't know. Some of the Old Testament stories are my favorite. It's hard to pick just one. I love the story of Joseph and how he was cast out by his brothers. And then God uses that. What you meant for evil, God meant for good. And that was a Joseph story. And he becomes like the second in command of Egypt. And so he had to go through all of that in order to save his family and to save the world, his world. So I love the story of Joseph, coat of many colors. David, lots of stories with David. In the New Testament, one of my favorite stories is when Jesus walks by a guy who's blind, and Jesus asks him what he wants. That's my favorite question Jesus ever asks. What would you like me to do for you? And it's like, duh, I want to see again. But sometimes Jesus wants us to actually say what it is that we need and what we want. I don't know, there's lots of good ones, Jane. So many. Suzanne, what's your favorite book of the Bible and story?
Well,
while you're thinking, everybody, you put your favorite book of the Bible in there.
yeah.
chat.
True vulnerability here. I've not been in my Bible very much lately. And, I should be a lot more but I haven't. And I'm just thinking, there's a lot of good ones. I'm trying to think back when I've been a bit more disciplined in my world, like what made the most impact. And I started reading the Bible in college, and I started from the beginning, and I hadn't ever done that before. And
Like you tried to read it through.
yes, I started from the Genesis 1:1, and actually got to like Kings or Samuel. I can't remember which one, but it was a long. I got
It's further
through
than before.
yeah, and I got through the Deuteronomy and the Numbers, and I probably skipped a few of those.
Leviticus.
And those, yeah. But it was so impactful. Although there was a lot of boring, like, okay, why do I need to know how long it was? But but it was just so good. So I was trying to think back to that moment, to those moments when, if there was something, but I just can't pinpoint anything right now. I do love the Book of Esther. I can pull so many things from it, and so I do love that story.
That's a great book and story.
Yeah, so I love the story in the book,
Esther.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom says James. My mom said James. Corinthians, Eric says.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Eric, you've definitely hit me upside the head with the 2x4 many times. The 2x4. 2 Corinthians chapter 4.
Oh,
2 Corinthians chapter 4 is Eric's favorite. 2x4. I do love the Corinthians in Paul's writings. I mean, if in Romans too, like it's just so rich with salvation and grace theology. I just love that too. Favorite food or restaurant? Oh, Eric, thank you. Obviously, yeah. So Trey filled in for me one Sunday after were we gone? And he actually, oh yeah, he came back from Louisiana.
yes.
And we missed
Filled
him.
in. Yes.
Because we happened to be on vacation, and he preached for me. And he called me a lemur
That's
from the
right.
pulpit.
That's right.
Yeah, and I watched long enough to catch that. So
Yeah.
I'll forever be the lemur. If you don't know what a lemur is, look it up. I pretty much look like a lemur.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's obvious.
So
So
what animal would I be?
the next question is, what animal would Suzanne be? Careful, the answer to this question might actually determine whether or not our guests come back or not.
Do you know when it first came?
Should I? First, aardvark.
No, I don't even think I'm going to say it. Just because.
What's your second then?
What's the second? I was going to think of, like, what sort of animal species, like, the women are basically in charge, the females,
Yes.
basically in charge, but
Basically.
they give the illusion to the males that they have some sort of power.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know, like a lioness,
She's just kidding.
like a lioness.
So you'd be a lioness?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with that.
Whatever. I'm sure this will come back to me.
Oh my goodness. I love buffalo wings. That's the next one, is what our favorite
food or
foods
restaurant?
are. And Eric, we've got a date. We've got a date with Destiny at your favorite buffalo wing place. We've got to get there, get some chicken wings.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He knows.
Oh.
You know, Eric, you know. We got to get there.
Maybe when they open up.
Yeah, we need to do that. So I love buffalo wings. It's my
I
favorite
love
food.
pizza.
Yes, you do.
I
What's your
love
favorite
any
pizza?
sort of pizza. All kinds. Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
Jack's, the frozen pizza from the store. I love it.
Let's be real. Our Speedway over here
Speedway
in Pendleton.
Pizza.
Our Speedway in Pendleton has an awesome cafe,
Yes.
and they make great pizza.
Listen, if you've had their pizza, I want you to say in the chat how amazing it is.
It's true.
And if you don't,
You gotta
just
check it
don't
out.
say anything at all. Just kidding. But it's so good, and I was shocked.
Yeah, it's gas
You
station
could get
pizza.
2 larges for $10.
It's true, and they're delicious.
I don't think you can right now.
No, they've got that
I
part
think
closed
they're
right now.
closed.
It'll
But
be soon.
anyway, you should. If you haven't, get it.
Shirley commented that her favorite book is Philippians.
Oh, Philippians is good.
Yes. And Philippians is where we get Cindy McDaniel's favorite verse, too.
Philippians.
Don't be anxious about anything, but be in prayer. Thanksgiving. Yeah.
All right. Any others?
Any other questions? Any questions about the church? Penny
Got
Myers, yes.
15 minutes.
Penny Myers comes in with another
Woohoo! Whoop, whoop.
another +1 for the Speedway pizza. Shocking. Shockingly good.
You know what? Here's what's going to happen. When we can gather back together safely, I'm going to order pizzas, Speedway pizzas for everybody.
Each person?
No,
Okay. So each
I'm going to
person
get
a
like
pizza?
5 larges. So if you're here and you can have some, that's great.
Speedway pizza for everybody. Up to 5 pizzas.
You can get a bite.
Total.
You can have a bite. No. But we may do that though. Maybe we can do that sometime. That would be fun. Right. Okay.
Oh, my mom wants to know what my life verse is. I've always tried to have different life verses, and they don't ever stick. I've got one verse that's kind of been one that kind of comes back to me all the time. It's one of the first verses I remember memorizing, and it's sticking. It's probably because it's so short. It's Colossians 3, verse 2.
I had a sweatshirt with that on it.
Did you really?
When we were dating.
Colossians 3:2. Maybe I saw you in it and subconsciously thought that's got to be
that's
the
my
best.
life verse.
That's got to be my life verse right there. But it's ironically in this situation,
Yes.
it's set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. Colossians 3:2. Set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. And so it's kind of a reminder that the stuff around you, the physical stuff, is not the eternal stuff.
Why didn't your mom ask me what my life verse was?
She was getting ready to,
Oh, okay.
and somebody else was too. So what's your life verse, Suzanne?
Okay. I'm just kidding. I like to be funny. I don't know. I was really nervous about this on the spot type of questioning.
Yes, hit us
I
with some
like
good
to
ones.
prepare, and I'm
Well, you,
off
you-
my game.
Well, you just
Oh,
tossed,
look, there she is.
you just,
What is your life verse?
you just tossed yourself the ball though,
I did. I really did.
and then it was a swing and a miss.
So, I was creating an example. Don't let your emotions get in the way.
That is not a verse. That is
No, yeah. I don't, again, I do,
Life verse.
listen, I will say, I think about this verse a lot. It's it's from Esther.
of course.
You were like, created for this moment.
You'll get there.
Do you know
It's
what?
making me think of a song. We will not be silent for such a time as this.
For such a time as this.
For such a time as this.
And that comes up so much. And the littlest moments, and then the biggest moments, like
For such a time
for
as
such
this.
a time as this,
Yeah.
I have to go get this Speedway pizza. For such a time as this, or we have to move back to the parsonage and downsize our house.
Yes.
And for such a time as this, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just remarkable the strength that those words can have.
Yeah, for such a time as this. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, just because of the season that we're in. And we could have easily just stopped trying to, reach out with our message online and Facebook and YouTube, but we've worked so hard to try and make the online experience better so that we could make sure that we were continuing to reach out and to make it more viewable and watchable, and you could hear it better and all that kind of stuff. I mean, every week we've added something new to try to make it sound better and look better and be better. And the reason that I've been pushing so hard on that is because I really felt like for such a time as this, God is planting seeds that are going to grow into a beautiful garden. I mean, there's going to be some amazing things that God grows out of this season. And I don't know, I just really believe that the more pressure there is, the more strength there is on the other end of it.
Yeah.
And there's more, the greater the struggle, the greater the opportunity. And I just think that God's been planting so many seeds during this season, while people have been, struggling in their hearts and in their minds and their spirits. And really, it's been kind of a turn back to God kind of season. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of kind of like It's very different, but after 9/11, when the planes crashed into the Twin Towers, it was just like this great awakening
Yeah.
of like, whoa, we got to pay attention. We don't know what's going to happen next.
Right.
And the following weeks, churches were just packed because people were looking for real meaning and real purpose. Because for a long time we get so busy buzzing around doing stuff, we get lost in the apathetic kind of routines that we get ourselves in. And plane crashes in. Following week, it's like we've got to turn back to God.
Yeah.
We've got to bend the knee and remember that this is not an eternal thing here. This is just the beginning. And there's been a lot of people doing that during this season, I think.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
we're planting those seeds, and I really believe that there is a revival coming. So for such a time as this, here we are,
Yeah.
and we've got hope, and the world needs it. For such a time as this. Good verse. Good life verse.
It's a good life verse.
Grandma Kathy says Romans 8:28. God works together for the good, all of the things for the good of those who love the Lord. Works together. What is the actual verbiage on that? Basically,
According to his will.
yes, yeah. It's like a super, super well-known verse that any pastor that's worth anything
Should
would know
know.
exactly the right words. God works together for the good of all of those who love the Lord,
Yeah.
according to his purpose. Romans 8:28.
That is one thing about us. We're very honest
That's true.
about our
Everything.
everything.
Yeah. So you can ask us anything.
All right, we probably have time for a few more questions.
Yep, 10
Right?
minutes, y'all.
Is this an hour?
Yeah.
I mean,
Again,
maybe we could sing a song towards the end.
we could. I mean, the piano's on.
It is on.
It's not
Or
really-
you could play your guitar.
I could, but
Oh, all things work together.
all things work together for good
Yes.
of those who love the Lord, according to his purpose.
Whoop whoop. Grandma Kathy.
Yep.
Good job.
Anything else, guys? I mean, anything about the church? One of the things that we love doing here at the church is outreach to our local community. And so we've been connected with a lot of different ministries, but we've been deeply connected with the food pantry in Ingalls, the Ingalls Food Pantry, the South Madison Food Pantry.
Yep.
And we've done a lot of food drives for them, and we'll continue to do that, so bring those. Any pet in the horizon. And the Man for Man is another ministry we've been deeply connected with over the years. And Horizon was a ministry that was really birthed out of here, Horizon International. And just local stuff that we like to get involved with, More Than Conquerors. And I'm sure I've missed some, but
This chair.
we love outreach.
It's not the comfortable.
What else? Anything else?
Well, Jane asked a question.
Oh, what did Jane ask? Oh, Jane asked if there was a pet on the horizon.
Like a pet that lives in our house?
Like
Is that what you're asking?
an alive pet?
Like a stuffed pet?
Like stuffed animal? So, we've been thinking about it. I've been saying no for now. But we've been thinking about it. Well, our kids would just lose their minds with joy
Oh,
if we were to get a pet. And we're just not sure if we're ready. I mean, I think when we can prove to ourselves that we can keep the house clean without a pet,
we've been doing a lot better. We got rid of a lot of stuff.
that's true. We've been downside. We're still purging.
We're purging, and I feel like I've been really putting our parents down a lot. I don't mean to, but they like to buy our kids gifts, and
Careful, Suzanne.
I love them for it, and the kids love them for it.
We love to buy our kids gifts too.
We do also, yes, like to buy our kids gifts.
They love to buy
But
themselves
anyway,
gifts.
so it's just been, they had a lot of stuff when we came over here. So
And we had a lot of stuff too.
and we had a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's been a process. I think we're getting close. It's just, they require a lot of energy and time and sacrifice.
So on the horizon, yes.
Yes,
Just
definitely.
distant, Jane.
Maybe next month.
Don't bring us one.
Next month,
Next month.
we have talked to Hannah about a gerbil. because she
I think she would like it.
Well, she believes she's the only person in the world that doesn't have a pet.
That's true.
So that makes her sad a lot. So we, anyway. But yes, definitely. I would love one, but I also understand.
On the horizon.
I feel
way
like you
down on
really
the
want to
horizon.
move on to the next
I
question.
do.
Okay.
If each of you have separate alone time, what is your favorite thing to do?
Ooh.
So what do you do when you're alone? If you have some alone time.
You know what I love to do, and this
Good question, Debbie.
It's a great question, Debbie. What I love to do, and this is probably weird. It's probably gonna be a little weird. Not really weird. Just sorry, I set that up a little awkwardly.
A little weirdly.
A little weirdly. Told you this is not. I'm a little nervous. Okay. I love to plan.
Really?
I love to buy new planners. So here's the thing. Usually you buy a planner like in December or sometimes in November for the next year. I could probably buy a new planner every month. And the thing about it is I love the look. I love a clean planner. I love doing that. I know that may sound weird.
So in your alone time, you like to buy planners?
Well,
Or you like to plan.
Make lists. Lists.
There you go.
That's always, it seems, it just seems good. Like you're accomplishing something. There's not a lot of control. And if it is, it's disguised. But I have control over that a little bit of what I put in my planner.
That's true.
So it's hard to have one planner for the year. Of course, this year's planner has changed a lot. I've had to use a lot of whiteout.
I didn't actually. I have put my journal away. I
Yeah.
need to get it back out again.
I actually use whiteout in my planner because I don't like to scribble things out.
It's true.
So maybe
So that's your thing. You like
that's
to-
my thing.
you like to
I
write
like to
lists
do that,
and plan.
lists, all while watching my show on Netflix. I
That's
do
true.
enjoy Netflix.
That's true.
So
Binge watching stuff,
yes,
always on.
always.
Can be.
I know. It's-
I like to watch YouTube. But this is the thing, it's not just like normal YouTube stuff. It's like I listen to motivational speakers and I listen to pastors preaching messages and I look up other YouTubers who are doing it's. So I like to call it research for pastoral ministry.
Research.
YouTube research.
Research.
And so I will spend a lot of time listening to different YouTube channels, speakers. I listen to everything, and that's really impactful to me. I listen to just so many different preachers and pastors and thinkers, and I really enjoy doing that.
You know what you do that I couldn't do, and I think it's really I should do it. You watch and listen to like controversial disagreements. Like,
Oh, yeah.
People like it may be on anything.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there's a word more for that.
Yeah, I
but
mean, there's a lot of
just-
apologetics stuff.
Yeah, but not even just that. Just I would say just on anything. Like I don't. It makes me nervous to watch two people
Who
argue
disagree.
and disagree. Like even watching it, I'm not even involved.
Yeah.
But I think it's so good.
We learn
it's-
so much.
You learn a lot from it, and you learn just about people and how maybe they're made. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
So that's what I like to do is research and watch YouTube videos. And
I like how
I
you-
wanted to clarify that because it's not like I'm just watching like cats, like
meow or
meow.
something.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like there is value. It's like valuable YouTube searches.
I do find
Not
it
always,
interesting
but-
that you say it's research for pastoral ministry.
It is. Good question.
That's a great question.
And Eric, you're right. It's good to learn how little we actually need. When we're talking about purging and getting rid of things.
Oh,
Eric
yes.
commented it's good to find out
Ooh.
what we actually need. Would you ever do a sermon together? We would, and
true. We
Suzanne is actually bringing the message on Sunday.
I am.
So tune in Sunday morning for Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
It's a beautiful, glorious day, a Mother's Day, and Suzanne is going to bring a message, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to be in the
Are
back.
you?
I am.
Are you excited?
I am. I think you're going to be.
Are you going to learn something?
So here's another thing that you could learn about us is that Suzanne wanted to be a pastor before I ever did. I never wanted to be a pastor. Still iffy about it. So, but Suzanne.
And I've actually not wanted to be that anymore.
She jumped ship, but she went to college at AU for a little while with Christian ministry and pastoral ministry in mind. So
Yeah, that was the goal.
yeah,
And then I met this guy. Oh, wait, no, I already knew you.
that was yeah. But God had different plans, so.
Yeah.
But so it's in her heart to just to be pastoral, and I think that honestly, it's counseling, it's the counselor in you that will win every time.
I
Keeps
love
coming up.
one-on-one stuff.
true,
I
yeah.
don't like not being able to see you. I like talking to people face to face. So I like talking to you, though.
That's true. I'm here.
You're right here. Your face is right here. It's very nice.
I don't remember, Cindy. You remember our first sermons?
Oh my goodness.
I don't remember. I feel like maybe one of your first ones was Flies at the Metamucil.
Fly in the Metamucil.
Remember that?
Or fly in the butter?
Well,
Like, did I
it came
just
off
use
of an
it?
old phrase,
Oh,
but it was
okay.
redone. That was years ago, so it's hard to
I
remember.
mean, I don't even remember.
I don't remember my 1st
We'll have to
sermon,
ask you about that, Cindy, because I'd be very curious to know.
How
about
long have we
that.
been at the church? It was 2008, right?
October of 2008 was our first Sunday.
To
And
do music.
I'll never forget that one either.
So we've been.
And then it was official on January 2009.
Yes, and so we've been here for a while. That makes it how many
So
years?
11 years.
So we've been at the church for 11 years. We've been pastoring for 3-ish, and that's nice, Lori.
Lori, you're so sweet. I have to confess something to you, Lori. I saw your daughter at Speedway, and I hugged her. Sorry. I did. I had to hug her, so I'm just sorry.
And then she ran away.
And then I ran away, and I told her not to tell you. But I feel bad, so I just, you had to know. I couldn't help it. Sorry. I feel better now. I confessed.
Wow.
Glad I got that off my chest. Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Wow. I mean, just think about. I feel like we're getting serious now.
What's because of the music?
It's because of the music. Like, just all the life we've lived here.
Oh my goodness. I mean, the last 11 years. We've had 3 kids. We've lost 1.
I mean, just the ups and downs, jobs lost.
Job losses and just
Obviously
pastoral
not for
ministry
you.
and no, just job gains,
Yeah, it's true.
ministry stuff. Youth ministry, music ministry,
Ah.
pastoral ministry, learning how to do pastoral counseling and walking with people through tough times, and then going through tough times ourselves, and growing up, graduating college, buying a house, selling a house, going back to the parsonage where we were before. We've gone through a lot of stuff,
It's a lot.
and we're still here.
And we're still here.
And
Still-
for such a time as this,
They still want us to be here.
yeah.
We still want to be here too.
I have no idea if this is a good key for you, but this is a good song.
I don't know what song it is.
Grand earth has quaked before, moved by the sound of his voice, and the seas that are shaken and stirred can be calmed and broken from my regard. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well with me. Is there another verse?
Far be it.
You got this.
Yeah, no.
You got this.
Far be it from me to not believe,
Even when
my eyes can't see, and this mountain that's in front of me will be torn into the The waves and winds still know his name. The waves and winds still know his name. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. 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 It is well, it is well with my soul. Through it all, my eyes are on you. You through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well with me. I like singing with you.
I like singing with you too.
I do miss that.
I know we don't get a chance to do it too much anymore, do we?
No,
Crazy kids.
we're such crazy kids.
We have crazy kids.
Oh,
And we are crazy kids too.
they're so cute though.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm so thankful for everybody that came and was watching with us. Hopefully they got
I know.
a glimpse into
Natalie just started
how
watching.
crazy we are. Hey,
Thanks for joining at the end, Nat.
Natalie. Love you too.
My sister, I love you too.
There's no quiz or anything. I bet she could pass it.
She probably can miss it.
Any other song you want to sing before we go? I might sing it if you put it in the chat. I can't wait either, Roger. Roger, I can't wait for you to play again. Roger had a busted eardrum, and busted eardrum with a drummer is a bad combination because
That's
it's
true.
loud in that drum cage. So.
Yeah.
But it's getting all healed up now, so.
We're ready for you to get all cymbally again,
That's right.
Roger.
All symbolic.
Cymbally. That was a back in the day worship funny.
It was awesome. Hey, Marilyn. We're getting ready to close down now.
I know.
But you can always go back and watch it. We don't want it to be too much longer. But we had a good time talking about who we are a little bit.
Do you know, you may not know this on the guitar,
I probably don't, but let's give it a shot.
when I think about the Lord.
There may be some odd chords in that, but we can give it a try. It's got to be in this key right here, in the key of G.
Oh, I don't know.
When I think about the Lord and how He saved me, how He raised me,
No.
how He filled me with the Holy Ghost, how He healed me to the uttermost. And when I think about the Lord, how He picked me up, turned me around, and how He placed my feet on solid ground.
Sorry.
You
It
like
needs
the
to
other
be-
chords?
I
I don't
like
remember.
it in a different key.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not as flexible as you. You can just roll with it.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Lord, you're worthy
All right.
of all the glory and all the honor and all the praise. It makes me want to shout, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Lord, you're worthy of all the glory and all the honor and all the praise. Can't roll with it. Yes, you can. Listen to that. It's beautiful. Oh, Heather, yes. Well, you kind of grew up in the same background that I did, Heather, and that was one of the songs we did in an AG church.
I liked it.
Hallelujah.
That's when I.
Thank you, Jesus. Lord, you're worthy of all the glory. That was the chord.
That was good. Good
And all
job.
of the honor and all of the praise.
Hallelujah. What if we ended with a hymn? I want to sing a hymn.
Which one? There's just so many good ones. Hey, thanks for being here, Penny. We enjoyed it too.
I want to end with Great is Thy Faithfulness.
I can't.
You can't play that one?
No chance.
Why?
No chance.
But you're not going to be on the video.
That's all right. I'm going to be off video. This is not plugged into the sound system, but I think you'll hear it through that microphone.
Is it?
I think you'll hear it on the microphone. Pretty sure.
Oh, it's just me. I'm so alone.
They'll hear me too. That microphone's so loud. It's going to be awesome. Do you know the words of the song?
Yeah. I don't want to do all of it. I just want to do the first.
I'm not sure if I know this one well enough to play the chords. You picked a song with tons of cool chords in it. Is that a good key?
Great is thy faithfulness, Lord God the Father. I can't. I just went blank. Thou greatest not that there's none to thee. All thy have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto thee.
You teed yourself up for that one too.
I'm sorry.
Look at that.
Great is thy faithfulness.
I'm sorry.
Great is thy.
I don't
No,
know the
sorry.
chords.
Well, that was bad, everybody.
Well, you picked a song with really.
I just
cool
love
chords.
that song. If we had words, it'd have been better.
I just love it so much.
I do love it. That sounds funny.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Do another one though. Before we go, we can't end on that one.
I mean, we've done that a lot over the years. We mess up a song, we just stop. There's just no reason. Well, we need to end soon. One more. Does anybody have a request? One more. I mean, it sounds great. Your playing is wonderful. That's beautiful. Love it. Heather's trying to send us the words, but we're done, Heather.
It's done.
We're done with that. We've moved on. Thank you. Thank you for your help. That was great. Just pick a song. What are you doing?
Well, turn your eyes toward Jesus.
Or there's just something about that name. That's a good one.
The chords.
Sorry.
I don't know if I know the chords. You're picking songs with these crazy cool chords. The Jesus.
Jesus. Oh, Blessed Assurance.
Give that a go. Who said that one?
Heather.
Blessed assurance.
Assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchaser born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. This is my story. Oh, and this is my song. Praise Ye my Savior all the day long. This is my story. Oh, and this is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. That was good. I like that one. Oh, lots of hearts. That was cool. I've never seen that before. Oh, they're all your mom.
Okay.
Okay. And somebody else.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Aw.
Amazing. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We went a little bit late, but we wanted to say welcome to Pendleton Community Church of God, and welcome to your crazy pastors here. And
We love you.
We'd like to do this in person again, just so that you can get to know us a little bit better, talk about the church a little bit, about what we do, why we're here, and that we love you. And if you're online and you've been watching, we hope that you've been blessed by what we've been doing as a church. And the best is yet to come, everybody.
Yes.
In the famous words of Frank Sinatra. Right? Wasn't that him?
Fly me to the moon.
Best
wait.
is yet to come. And for such a time as this, we'll get back to scripture.
Who was Fly Me to the Moon?
Sinatra.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. So, love you
For
all.
such a time as this, yes.
Have a great night, everybody. Hey, Bree, you jumped on right as we're closing. So,
Yep.
hello and goodbye.
Hello and goodbye.
We're going to close it down.
You are loved.
Have a great night, everybody.
Whoop, whoop. There, I had to do it one more time.